I'm not Mitch Connor, and before I get into this ISIS hacking bull, I just want to point this out just a little bit. Okay, this Croatian man with the Islamic State, which are not called ISIS anymore. He's a Croatian man, and for some reason they use him as ransom against the Egyptian government. Really? Like they'd give a crap. Seriously. He's Croatian. Why do we care? I mean, this is way worse than the Kenji Goto thing where they were demanding ransom from Japan. I'm not going to show you the uncensored photo of it, but yeah, I can assure you it's fake. It's on heavy.com. It'll be linked in the description, though, if you actually want to see it. But anyway, if you notice the date here, August 5th, 2015. Oh, August 12th, 2015. That's not 48 hours. That's a week. Anyway, let's start at the beginning of this, well, not the very beginning, but the beginning of this new hack. So, they got a new hit list. This was published today, but supposedly it happened Tuesday, or was released Tuesday. The Islamic State terrorist group has released what it claims to be a list of U.S. government and military officials, complete with personal data obtained through hacking. There are doubts that some of the information is authentic as it is claimed to be. Though on one hand I can say at least they tell you that. On the other hand, the whole reason why they're putting this out, and it's more than just RT, because we're going to get to the Blaze soon, Glenn Beck's stupid news service. But on the other hand, it's still fear-mongering, because they know ISIS is not, or the Islamic State is not a threat to the United States, okay? Those propaganda videos are not from the Islamic State. Anyway, the data was published on a website and advertised on social media by the self-proclaimed Islamic State Hacking Division, supposedly a group of hackers working for the radical Islamist group. It includes a spreadsheet with names, emails, passwords, and contact information of some 1,500 people. There are also alleged bank card numbers and screenshots of what appears to be private Facebook conversations between serving U.S. military personnel discussing operations. They actually discuss operations on Facebook? That seems kind of weird. Unless they're like training operations, I wouldn't see that as that big of a deal. Or at least certain aspects of that, anyway. The data is accompanied by a threat toward the officials, saying the terrorists would strike at your necks in your own lands. Islamic State, IS, formerly ISIS. Hey, Russia Today got it right. Islamic State hackers are believed to be led by a British man, Junaid Hussain, who's reportedly placed high enough in the CIA hit list of key figures in the terrorist group. Previously, they released what claimed to be personal data of U.S. military personnel, including names, photos, and ranks. I'm pretty sure I've been over this guy before. I always have a hard time remembering all the Arabic names. So, was that Albertani guy, or he was associated with him, but I've shown some of the Twitter posts to be frauds in the past anyways, and they're doubted, just like the skepticism over the content of this. It's doubted. There is some skepticism over the content of the latest batch, which was leaked overnight on Tuesday. The emails listed included a worker in an Israeli magistrate's court, someone in a college in Mississippi, a person in the Australian National Audit Office, and a UK council worker reported the register. So not all of these people are U.S. military. Okay. According to the British website, some of the phone numbers on the list are disconnected, while others did not respond to call. All right, so there's a good reason for skepticism, huh? It also said that the passwords listed as belonging to military personnel were too weak. That's supposed to be WEAKRT, to pass the guidelines of an official computer system operated by the Pentagon, citing the opinion of an anonymous source in the DoD, Department of Defense. All right, so the passwords listed were too weak to pass the guidelines of an official computer system. Once again, because the previous hack, it was what, their Twitter accounts? Yeah. And public information. Okay, they were hacking public information, so really it's not even a hack. They're not getting into the computer system of the Pentagon. The Islamic State claimed large swaths of land in Iraq and Syria, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the group relies on social media to further its cause and recruit fighters and supporters in foreign nations, and those recruits returning from Middle East battlefields to their homes in the U.S., Europe, and other Western countries are considered a major security threat by the respective government. Yeah, I don't believe that that is actually happening. Anyway, let's go on to the Blaze. The Blaze supposedly was contacted by them. How did this happen? A representative for a pro-Islamic hacking group issued a chilling warning to members of the U.S. military and government Wednesday, promising that very soon followers of the organization would retaliate for overseas bombing targeting the terror organization. Speaking to the Blaze, using smartphone messenger application Kik, and let's keep that Kik in mind, a representative for the Islamic State hacking division said the group is constantly spying on U.S. servicemen. The organization on Tuesday published personal information, which we've just went through, purporting to belong to U.S. military and government online. And, of course, that is... I don't think they mentioned in here that that's much of crap, but I forgot. We'll see. Just like they spy on Muslims, we are spying on them. Watching their employees, watching their soldiers, recording their movements, taking their location information and passing it on to the soldiers of the Islamic State. The anonymous... How do you know it's a male member? The anonymous male member told the Blaze. You have no way of knowing it's a male member. It could be a female for all you know. Dumbasses. They have no security, just like their employees and military personnel have no OPSEC. I think that's operational security, probably. He continued, they are people who like to brag and boast, and this is to our advantage. Says that right here. The brothers don't need to attack them in military bases or secure buildings. You didn't get the whole message there. That wasn't on there. The hacking group member added, they can now turn up in their houses, in their homes. This is war. What did you expect? You think you can bomb the Islamic State and we don't do nothing back? Soon, very soon, you will see. What does that mean exactly, they respond. Asked exactly what could be expected to be seen soon, the member replied, you will see when U.S. and military personnel start getting beheaded in their homes. Yeah, I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. And if we start getting news reports, I'm willing to bet that they're going to be fake. The individual said that his group targets government employees as well as military members because their kufr, disbelief, makes their blood halal. What, you don't define what halal is? The individual would not provide specifics on the Islamic State hacking division, declining to say where the group is based or how many members are in its ranks. He did, however, go after Anonymous, the hacking group which recently targeted the Islamic State. Anonymous, GhostSec, ControlSec, who are apparently hackers against IS. Till date, they have hacked nothing. They are all talk. The Islamic State hacking division member said the only thing they can do is report Twitter accounts and DDoS websites for 5 minutes. Anyway, what has Anonymous really done? Not really much. Ooh, they hacked the PlayStation Network a few years ago, supposedly. Probably just a ploy to get people to pay for PlayStation Plus. I don't know for sure, but... Well, anyway, boasting of the group's own skill set, the individual claimed his group probably could have breached security guarding the private email server of Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Why don't you show a screenshot of that? You don't got a screenshot of that, do you? The Blaze. Yeah. He, however, declined to get into the group's specific methodology, saying, let the U.S. government figure that out. What would be wrong with showing a screenshot of that? Prove your claim. But you can't, can you? And even so, I mean, they could have made this themselves. And I'll get more into that at the end of this article. Two cybersecurity experts who spoke to the Blaze offered differing perspectives on the group's capabilities. Department of Defense cyber mobile and cyber warfare expert Robert Twitchell said he thought the group could indeed have the capabilities to launch various hacking attacks that could result in information being compromised. Of course he did. He's DOD. Former intelligence analyst Jason Polinchich, however, said his view that was that the pro-Islamic State group was mostly bluffing and that often information hacktivist groups use is already available online, which has been the case before. A spokesman for the Pentagon said Wednesday afternoon that officials are still investigating the purported hack, but noted that it appears all of the email addresses for the Army soldiers are old and haven't been operational for months, if not years. Okay. Emphasis added. Before Tuesday's alleged hack, the group in March claimed to have posted the information of 100 U.S. military personnel, and I already been over how that was a bunch of crap, and it was all public information. The representative for the Islamic State Hacking Division group was reached using contact information posted on the same website used to publish the purported information of U.S. military and government personnel. Now here's the kicker. Why wouldn't you try to get the government to track it or contact Kik? Because look at this here. Security for Kik Messenger. November 4th, 2014, Kik scored 1 out of 7 points on the Electronic Frontier Foundation's secure messaging scorecard. Kik received a point for encryption during transit. But lost points because communications are not encrypted with a key the provider does not have access to. So the provider has access to the key. Users can't verify contacts' identities. Past messages are not secure if the encryption keys are stolen. The code is not open to independent review. The security design is not properly documented. And there has not been recent independent security audit. And here is that secure messaging scorecard. Here you have Kik right here. All the same things that mentioned up there. So, as it turns out, Kik can access, information about the user themselves. So, why not contact them in conjunction with contacting, U.S. military, whatever, about this to find these people? Okay, why wouldn't you do that? You can, I mean, for crying out loud, like. I know people who are on the PlayStation Network who did not share their personal information on the PlayStation Network get messaged by hackers with their name, address, and phone number, okay? There's a way to find these people, okay? And find the IP signal, whatever, if it's done on a phone even. You can triangulate positions with cell phone towers. There's numerous ways they could go and find them. If they're in a more remote location, bomb them. Hasn't Obama done that a ton of times in Pakistan with drones? I mean, that was repeatedly reported by the media. Obama bombs. But yet, despite all of that, the Blaze mentions nothing about trying to, help pursue these people. Which shows that they are kind of complicit in the lies, right? I mean, if they really thought that Islamic State was a threat to the United States and even Europe, well, wouldn't they want to help catch these people, get these people found and, captured or killed? I would think that would be a smart thing to do if you really cared about the security of this nation. And on one last note, I found this article on Drudge. I found this RT article on InfoWars right here. And right above it, Economic Armageddon is coming. Fear-mongering, anyone? It's the same thing InfoWars has been saying since God knows when, 2007 or 4. And yet it never happened. Yeah, we had a recession in 2008. Yeah, even still, I'm not placing bets on it. I'm not worried about it. And be wary that all this talk of it's probably not going to happen. I mean, every single year I hear this stuff, and it never happens. It never happens. If it happens, my opinion is we will not see it coming. Nobody will see it coming. Because I personally think after years of looking at this kind of crap that the economic markets are quite rigged. Hell, computers control, isn't it the majority of transactions now on Wall Street? So just be wary of that.